promises of Christ my King. Through eternal ages let His praises spring. Glory in the highest we will sing. Standing on the promises of God we cling. Faith unshaken our hearts will always bring. Through the trials and the storms we'll claim the ring. Voices lifted high like angels on the wing, singing of the promises of God our King. Standing on the everlasting light, shining bright in the darkest night. We'll sing His grace with all our might, standing firm in His divine sight. Through the ages His word remains our song. In His presence forever we belong. Join our voices for His praises strong. Standing on the promises all life long. With every heartbeat our faith will rise, hands lifted high up to the skies. In His truth we find no disguise. Standing on the promises never compromise. Standing on the everlasting light, shining bright in the darkest night. We'll sing His grace with all our might, standing firm in His divine sight. In His divine sight. Through every heartbeat our faith will rise, hands lifted high up to the skies. In His truth we find no disguise. Standing on the promise, standing on the promises of God we cling. Standing on the promises of God our King. Standing on the everlasting light, shining bright in the darkest night. We'll sing His grace with all our might, standing firm in His divine sight. Standing on the promises of Christ my King. Through eternal ages let His praises spring. Glory in the highest we will sing. Standing on the promises of God we cling. Faith unshaken our hearts will always bring. Through the trials and the storms we'll claim the ring. Voices lifted high like angels on the wing, singing of the promises of God our King. Standing on the everlasting light, shining bright in the darkest night. We'll sing His grace with all our might, standing firm in His divine sight. Through the ages His word remains our song. In His presence forever we belong. Join our voices for His praises strong. Standing on the promises all life long. With every heartbeat our faith will rise, hands lifted high up to the skies. In His truth we find no disguise. Standing on the promises never compromise. Standing on the everlasting Hands lifted high up to the skies. In His truth we find no disguise. Standing on the promise, standing on the promises of God we cling. Standing on the promises of God, our King. Standing on the everlasting light, everlasting light, shining bright in the darkest night. We'll sing His praise with all our might, standing firm in His divine sight. Standing on the promises of Christ my King. Through eternal ages let His praises spring. Glory in the highest we will sing. Standing on the promises of God we cling. Faith unshaken our hearts will always bring. Through the trials and the storms we'll claim the ring. Voices lifted high like angels on the wing, singing of the promises of God our King. Standing on the everlasting light, shining bright in the darkest night. We'll sing His grace with all our might, standing firm in His divine sight. Through the ages His word remains our song. In His presence forever we belong. Join our voices